What's up, fellow nerds? My name is Stephanie and welcome to For the Love of Nerd. Now, I'm going to have a really short and sweet video for you today because we just finished filming our video that we're doing for the 4th of July. So we've already been filming for quite a long while, and this is just going to be really short and speedy because I wanted to update you guys on the books that I read in June. So let's get started on that. So if you guys saw my June TBR video, which was posted not that long ago because of all the technical difficulties that we were having, I actually read most of the books that I was planning on reading. So that part of the month went really well, and I even read an extra book. So I read a total of 5 books this month, and I'm very happy with that because they were all huge books. So yeah, let's get into what I have. Originally, I said that I was just going to read this book or listen to it, which is what I did. I listened to this book on audiobook, but I ended up finishing The Mark of Athena as well, which is the next book in the series. So I was really excited about that, to have read 2 books from the series this month instead of just 1. So yeah, this series is a really good one. I'm really enjoying it. I'll link one of my other videos below where I talk about the plot a little bit more because I don't want to take up any of your time in this video. This is a really great middle grade series if you're looking for something kind of light and fun. Nothing too serious going on, even though there's life and death situations. It's still kind of a light and fun read, and I'm really enjoying listening to it on my way to work. I also read The High King's Tomb by Kristen Britton, which was another book that I said I was going to read. Again, I'll link my video down below where I talk a little bit about the plot. I won't waste your time with that here. But yeah, this was my favorite one in the series, so I really enjoyed this reread, and I'm looking forward to reading more of the books from the series this month. Hopefully, I'll be getting to the last book in the series before too long here. They're really, really long books, okay? It's not my fault. And the next book that I managed to finish was Wizard and Glass by Stephen King, and I did just want to briefly talk about this one. This book was interesting because most of it was made up of a flashback into the character of Roland's life, which was an interesting choice, I thought, because it didn't really advance the storyline very much. So I thought it was an interesting choice to kind of have an entire story just on Roland's past. What I thought it did well was it did a much better job of kind of making the distinction between Roland's world and our world. Yes, there are some similarities, but there's also some differences. And I think that's what book 1 was trying to do, The Gunslinger, and didn't do nearly as well as this book. Now, on the other hand, I don't necessarily feel like that was necessary for Stephen King to do that. That's one of Stephen King's only flaws in my mind, is he tends to put in some content that, while it's really good content, very well written, it's not always necessary. And that's kind of more where I'm leaning this time, is it wasn't strictly necessary to the story to have this flashback. It gives us some great insight into Roland and his world, but not 100% necessary to the story. So as a result, I didn't necessarily enjoy this book as much as I enjoyed some of the other ones. So a little disappointed, but I'm not, super mad at it. I think I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the rest of the series. Hopefully they won't be as slow as this one. For the last book I read this month, I read Our Dark Duet by Victoria Schwab. This is the second book in a duology, and if you don't know what a duology is, it just means that there's only 2 books in the series. This is the second book. I read the first book last year, really enjoyed it. I flew through this one. It's a pretty thick book. It's about 500-ish pages, and I read it in just a couple days. So this series kind of has the taste of Supernatural, if you guys have ever seen that show. It's not exactly like Supernatural, it's very much its own thing, but it kind of has that flavor to it. So if you like Supernatural, you probably will like this series. It goes very, very quickly. I just sped through it, like I said. But yeah, this one got me. Oh, it was so good, you guys. So yeah, you should definitely check out this series if you haven't yet. Victoria Schwab is an excellent writer. I really enjoy her writing. So I wasn't planning on reading this one, and then I saw on Twitter and everything that it was coming out, and I was like, I can't wait. I have to read it. So I read it, and it was great. As for the books that I'm planning on reading this coming month, I'm just planning on continuing with the 3 series that I have open right now: The Heroes of Olympus, The Green Rider, and The Dark Tower. So those 3 series are what I'm going to be reading this month, and hopefully finishing off 1 or 2 of them. The Heroes of Olympus I've been listening to on audiobook, but for the last 2 audiobooks they actually switched the narrator, and I had like a crisis when I found out. I was like on social media, on Twitter, like, how dare they? I was so upset. So I don't know if I'll be listening to them or not. I think I'll give it a try and see what happens. I don't know. It's like switching a character in a TV show, switching the narrator. You get used to the narrator and the voices, and all of a sudden it's somebody different, and it just makes my heart hurt. That was a rant. I'm sorry, but it's a crisis, guys, okay? Okay. And that is going to be it for this video today, guys. Short and sweet, just like I said. I'm sweating like a maniac. I just want to go play Oblivion. To be honest and real with you, that's all I want to do in this moment. But I will link our 4th of July video down below. It should already be live for you guys. I hope you enjoyed that. We had a lot of fun, mostly. Also some frustration, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. We were just trying out something new, and I know I had a fun time with it. I think Josh got a little frustrated, but you know, he did it because he loves me. I test his patience sometimes, but you know, he still loves me. If you like this video, please go hit that subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment, share this video with a friend. We want to spread the love of nerd as much as possible. As always, guys, may your books be many and your interruptions few. Bye, guys.